All right, let's do this. 5 o'clock on a Monday. Let's hit the books. Part of the Hammer Betting Network, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips. I am merely Brad Powers. Before we get to your questions, comments, concerns, before we recap another losing week as far as best bets, before we get to looks like super chats and comments already in the chat, let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is brought to you by FanDuel, and you can start your college football season off with a win on FanDuel, because right now new customers can kick off the season with $200 in bonus bets. Just place any $5 bet and you'll get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. You can use your bets on spreads, live bets, totals, so much more. Obviously, FanDuel is leading the way when it comes to setting out and putting out the first lines available to market. And obviously got a lot of different futures and different player props and all that available at FanDuel. So what you need to do is just visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks, or to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. Disclaimer: you must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777. Or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK, or text HOPE New York in New York. Can't we just show this disclaimer instead of me reading it every week? Thank you for putting that up there, Zach. I appreciate you. What's happening, man?
What's going on? Hey, I like the hat, baby. Let's just.
I thought I had you speechless there for a while. I was like,
I reading the dulcet tones of BP after with the hat and it was just too much for me to handle. I mean, is 10-win Michigan back on track? Is 6-win Colorado back on track? Where were we head to head 3-2, Joey K, with the head to heads last week?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Although you did get that you hit me hard with the FAU UConn because that round robin was two. The only thing that's going, we had the two big dogs on the round robin cash, and of course I had the two cheap ones I got on there. So yeah, let's get it back rolling this week. Just like Georgia and Michigan, baby, need to get back on track.
The market was anti-Michigan today. Did you see that? Money pouring in left and right on Minnesota, the Gophers. Let's talk, though, before we get into the chat. And Sean Higgs, we appreciate you. We'll get to your super chat here in a second. Obviously, the game of the week, but as far as many people are concerned, was Michigan-USC. Probably one of the more exciting games of the season so far. Your thoughts there? Michigan, was prepared out of the gates. I thought it had a good game plan. SC made some adjustments. You're probably worried that Michigan's going to let that one slip away. But when it came down to it, when you need a yard multiple times, Michigan got the job done. When everybody in the stadium knew they had to run it, and they were able to get it done. That had to be, in my opinion, because I follow the program closer than most other programs, a top 10 Michigan win in the last 20, 25 years. I mean, obviously you got the Buckeye games the last 3 years, the playoff games. But, I mean, I can't think of too many more sweet than that one.
Yeah, especially, the way the season kind of was trending and the way it was playing out. It was just like kind of a classic. We blew it in the second half. This looks like, I'm not going to say the wheels are falling off, but a game that, if you lose that game, any dream you had of like, we're going back to the Big Ten title, we're going to make the playoff, that's all dead. So again, do I think they're that level of team this year? No, but you saw a little bit more of probably what the team should look like. Do they have a massive deficiency in the passing game? Yes. But you hit the run explosive with Orgy. The defense, somebody, put a gun to the back of head of Wink's and said, stop blitzing. And then, the defense looked elite like it should when you're not zero blitzing every other down. So,
good point.
Yeah, I think they had a great game plan. Are they ever going to be able to get the passing game? I tell you this, and I heard this on one.
I was pissed they threw it on second down. I didn't know what they were doing there at the goal line.
legit, I almost lost.
I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Number one, it stops the clock. Number two, why are you even attempting to throw?
What are you doing?
Run it into the line 4 times. Come on.
So this is the PFF grades for offensive line. The lowest you can get is a 0, and they do pass pro and run blocking. The right tackle in 2 of the 4 games, USC and Texas, has a 0 in pass pro. Like he literally, like the worst grade you can get. So it's not only a team with quarterback division. They can't protect the pass. Like they can't even Orgy when they were trying to do pass. Like they cannot set the pass pro right. So the offense is just going to look like Navy, the old school service academies before they started running up. So yeah, it's going to be a slog. I will say though,
you're back to 10 wins now.
I'm still mathematically possible. I will say, where are you at on the line move this week? Because this is a Minnesota team that has already played 2 teams that can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
And lost to both and kind of got blitzed by one last week in a game that I had some +3 against them. I don't think they can stop the run. Now, do I love laying numbers with a team that can't pass? No, but
I would certainly play Michigan at the current numbers. Are we making it a best bet? You want to go Michigan best bet, or you want to wait till Friday?
Where do you think? I mean, I don't think this.
I don't know where this market is totally different. I thought I would. I mean, as low as 8.5. Are you kidding me?
I agree. I think we got to play 8. The chances that it hits 7 and that we're like the show's going to be on, like to me, it get bought up in a second.
I'm gonna have to look. I am now nowhere near that number. I mean, I was closer to freaking 13 power rating. I think I made it 10, just handicapping line.
Okay, I mean,
are we going? Let's go. Forget it. Michigan -8.5. I'm wearing the hat.
Yep. That's it. I am, and I'm going to bet some more myself. I agree. I thought the open was 5. Was one of the opens. I thought it was a good number. I thought 11 was about right. There was even some like 12.5 or something out there.
I thought the possibility would be, oh, okay, it'll come down. Maybe someone will be like, come down to 10. Mm-hmm. But I don't get the move today. So I don't know if was it a 3-letter service or, I mean.
No, it wasn't. Wow. That was not one today.
Who's moving all the board then? I don't. There's a lot of new groups to the market. I can tell you that. I'm fine with 8.5 again. I don't know. I don't see how it's not 10. I mean, Minnesota doesn't scare me at all. So
one of my, it's like if you're one of my guys that I bet with kind of put it like if you're just you would think Minnesota like run the ball, play defense. Their defense sucks. Like this is not your classic Minnesota defense, and they don't really.
Yeah, they lost their DC to Michigan State.
Yeah, and the offense, like the whole like we're gonna. I mean, Darius Taylor against Iowa had 10 carries for 34 yards. Like they don't line up, and I don't know. The old Minnesota is pretty. Is it, the boat isn't the boat? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Water.
Yeah, it's taking on water. I mean, I don't know what the expectation is at that program, but they're gonna have a rough year. I mean, they might win like 3 games.
Yeah. That was interesting that Rossi left, the defensive coordinator, for basically a lateral job. He had been
look what he's doing at Michigan State. Yeah.
That was a peculiar move. That something's going on in that program that might not be right, because otherwise you're not making that move unless you're so. That might have been that's kind of stuff like you look at in the off season, could be a leading indicator. So far I haven't been impressed with what we've seen from Minnesota. And the North Carolina loss certainly didn't age well, to say the least.
No.
My goodness. Let's just get to the chat. I mean, we'll probably touch on some other games. I thought Utah was super impressive. JMU, you got me on that one. I mean, big time. We talked about that on Saturday while that was going on during the halftime show. But we'll hit Colorado. That probably killed my win total. Freaking Hail Mary. God. I thought it was more terrible coverage by Baylor. They had 2 guys just standing. They're guarding the back of the end zone. I don't know if they're, trying to play security from the the fans that were going to storm the field or what? They're not even guarding anybody. I just
because back-to-back plays.
That's what I mean.
They dropped the one. They dropped the one. It should have been a touchdown before that. And then they throw it in the next one and gets a touchdown.
I don't even know why you're trying to bring pressure. Just what they bring, like 5-6 guys. Just it's idiotic. I mean, fire Dave Aranda, especially for making me lose that win total on Colorado. That's going to be sick. Although Colorado's got their hands full. They got their hands full this week and some other games where they're going to get theirs.
Our friend Bill Tent was chirping me about Travis Hunter, and I said, "Dude, I don't know if they're going to win another game this year." Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, really,
like,
I know they're 3-1, but they've arguably played the 3 weakest teams out of the. If you go look at the power ratings, they probably played the three wins that they have are the 3 weakest teams they'll play all year. So I don't, and 2 of them they were fortunate against North Dakota State and Baylor on their home field. I just. Sean Higgs, we appreciate you. Big time super chat here. Going to Zach's portfolio. The first got to get the producers a couple rounds. You certainly did. So we appreciate you. Zach appreciates you. And that's not your first one, Sean. So you're at the top of the leaderboard.
Producers, Joey K might have to start taking the super chats. We don't get a turn around here a little bit. So no, but
yeah. So we got to mention that. I mean, obviously 5-9. I'm not going to sit here and bellyache. I mean, it's just that I'll say that if it doesn't turn around in the next couple of months, there'll be consequences and repercussions. I'm a guy that's not afraid to fire himself. So we'll see what happens the rest of the way here. Looking at it, I mean, even one of our winners I thought was fortunate. I just watched the Louisville game this morning. Oh, I can't believe that was one game we won. I
agree. No, that was that's a great point because you got to be, and I think objective there in some of the link because I totally agree with you that was on the fortunate side of things because I did not think they were 10 points better than Georgia Tech on the day.
I don't even know if they were better.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I mean, forget the point spread. I don't even know if they were better, which calls into question that game this week. I know you and I.
Yeah, I was going to say the market has spoken a little early there on that game.
Not saying I won't get to the window though. I mean, I'm going to be tempted at 7.5. I'm going to probably bet Louisville, but
I got to tell you, I'm in a group chat with a bunch of guys. So the games. You send out 10-minute warning on your play. Guy goes -500. Powers is giving out Louisville at 6. Like it was the timing was like I would have laid a good amount that you were taking Louisville there, but
we rode that wagon.
You're riding the UConn train, and I don't blame you. They that was
what they did was not fluky. 400 rushing yards. I don't know. I go back. Remember the week 1. Now, I know a lot of it was probably anti-Maryland, but some of it had to be pro-UConn, and that was probably the biggest summer mover of the week 1 lines. They got crushed. Everybody jumped off. That's when you should have jumped on because, I mean, I'm looking for consistency in play week after week after week, and they've had it the last 3 weeks. And I like the sit spot, catching Buffalo off the upset that we called against Northern Illinois. Although I'll say this, we obviously the right play, won outright. That was one of our winners. I'm not sure that they should have won the game. If you go,
I don't think so either. I agree with you. Like I think again, we had the right side there. That was one that Northern Illinois should not have blown that game down the stretch. That was
not surprised though. I mean, they weren't dialed in the 2 weeks after the Notre Dame.
Yep,
that's what happens when you're not mentally dialed in. Fundamental mental errors that start happening.
Where do you Where do you think about this week going to NC State?
Zach Plub, the NC State, Northern Illinois game. I'll let you talk first and see where you're at on this one. I bet it. Obviously, you probably know where. I mean, I send out the cheat sheet on Sunday night of everything that I bet. Took a little money today, but I'm more on the NC State side of things there.
Is it under 7 there?
No, it's 7.5.
No,
I laid 6. So
okay.
There was I thought there was going to be some 6.5s. Like that's one I circled for the show today. I'm like, if that's 6.5,
there is some out there. So if you're in there, but FanDuel on the right side of it. I mean, You played some 6.5.
Hey, can we? Nah, if there's 6.5s, I mean, we need some winners. We can't go off one book when we preach shopping and stuff. I mean, we're trying to
get us.
We're trying to
right
win with one arm tied behind our back, and no disrespect to you, I don't know if I'm personally good enough to do that.
I will say, of the Clemson, I thought CJ Bailey looked like a big upgrade from Grayson McCall in terms of I thought he played pretty. Now, did their defense?
What did you hear about Bailey first? Who?
Certain guy in the weeds down there that might be watching the spring game a little intently. Okay. I listen. No, I'm with you. He looked real, and they look, and just that was a team. You know what? This I don't want to go. This is like a Bill Simmons level take, but body language, like when they were down and they started scoring a bit at the end. The team was like into it. Like Bailey's jumping around and stuff. Like even when that game was in hand, I liked the vibes there. And Northern Illinois, I don't think their offense will give them anywhere near what Clemson. I hate to say it. That Clemson offense, ever since the Georgia game, they found something.
They did. Somebody asked me Heisman. Not that I think he'll win it, but they asked me for like a long shot, and I said Klubnik. What do you think of that?
I mean, if of long shots, I honestly don't. I don't hate it because I would have told you, one of those that like before the year, I'd be like, no, what kind of idiot are you? But I mean, I don't think the chopper strong at the moment. So I don't think Cam Ward, and I don't think Cam Ward has any margin for error. I think they have to go undefeated for him to win it. And then you're probably looking at Dart. Ewers is probably going to return this week. But yeah, I mean, if Klubnik's going to play like that, if they can run the table,
which they're going to be favored to do so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just saying.
I hate that for a longer
I
price.
saw as high as 175 to 1.
Woo!
Yeah.
This week? Wait a minute. Like within the last.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like an hour ago.
Wow.
All right. Let's get to the chat. Obviously, we appreciate you again, Sean, for that. And I guess we can track. Zach is telling me we can track as long as the number is widely available. So I don't know if it's 6.5 is widely available, but if you can find it, worth a bet. It's a bet that I would make right now. Mickey Hill in the chat, plus 14.5, enough for Kent State. Not for me. Is it enough for you, Kent State?
I don't think Mickey. I got like this Kent team has a chance to like go down in history as maybe one of the worst FBS teams in a long time. I saw Penn State set the record for like going back to like 18 whatever, like since they started playing football, the most yards they've outgained an opponent by was this week. It was like 600 plus yardage difference between them and Kent State. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the floor is for this team. They don't even look like they look like a horrible FCS team. They look like a bottom of the MEAC team.
Yeah.
I mean, we're like they're losing.
Yeah.
St. Francis isn't even good. They beat him by two touchdowns. So, yeah. I'm not catching the night. Listen, this is a guy who's caught some nights on bad teams in a lot of. I mean, listen, Rice is a touchdown favorite this week, so thankfully I'm off that bus. But I can't do it on Kent State there. If anything, I would lean the other way at 13.5 or 14.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. So no, thankfully, not going to be entertaining Kent State this week. Another super chat, high value conversations, $4.99. We appreciate it. I used to buy a foot long back in my day. Brad, I've been following you since you were on RJ's show. I got $700 on Georgia. Thoughts? Yeah, the big game, obviously, not only this week, but so far this young college football season, Georgia at Alabama.
Well, what price you got? RJ, you got to tell us what line you got.
Yeah.
I'm assuming pick. Maybe.
Yeah, if he's got pick, then I mean, I'm not gonna scoff at that. I just because it's the biggest game of the year certainly doesn't mean it's the best value bet of the year. I don't expect to be too involved on the game, right? I mean, unless at 3 shows, I bet Alabama. If Georgia went to like a 1-point dog, I'd bet Georgia. So where we're at right now, I'm at 2.5. If it's 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I mean, I think we talked last week on the show. Head up. I mean, it looked like it's probably if you got a bet with a buddy or something there, where 700. Then I mean, you got a good bet. I think Georgia. Like gun to my head, I'll say they'll win the game. It's going to be tough. It's going to present a little bit of a different challenge than I think Kirby is used to. Ever since Kirby kind of started taking it away from Saban, especially the last few years. I think the Bama offense, when they didn't have Lane or they didn't have Bill O'Brien or Sark or one of that, it got a little bit stale towards the end of it. DeBoer and even DeBoer himself, guys, that really allows him to maximize the talent. You see it in his ATS record. So I'm fascinated to see it because Kirby and Saban, two apples from the same tree, whatever you want to call it, they would have very similar styles. This is going to be a very different Alabama for him. So I'm interested to see, can the Georgia be physical in that? And also, I mean, that Kentucky game was kind of a wow moment for me. So gun to my head, I would take Alabama if I could get a 3. Well, do I think it's going to stick at 3? No. So I probably won't be too involved either.
Christoph Harper, longtime follower of the show. Alabama total thoughts on the total. Have you heard anything on the total on that game? I haven't gotten involved yet.
No, it got a little bit down a bit today.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that it's 49.
Which not surprised. I think Horseshoe gave out under.
Okay, yeah, I saw it. It kind of hit 47.5. Has popped back to 48.5. So
this isn't Saban Kirby though. I know.
I agree.
Little less defense for Alabama under DeBoer. A little more aggressiveness again. Just a simple. He went for it at the end of the first half against Wisconsin. That's a run the ball on the line of scrimmage for Saban. I mean, DeBoer went for the kill shot. So it's a little less conservative. So no, I get the whole 1998, or I should say with Saban, 2008, 2018, let's play the under in a big game. But I'm not wild about that. This line has been up. This is how long this line's been up. I bet Georgia 2.5 when Saban announced his retirement. That's how long this line has been out. So they had my money for 9 months, and here we are. It's basically the same. I was thinking Alabama's team would transfer out. Remember that they would be the only team that was available. The only team in the portal was Alabama, so I thought their whole roster get rated, and that just never came to fruition. So, what a dumb bet, I guess, in hindsight. Wisconsin USC thoughts. Wisconsin plus 14.5 and Oklahoma -2 against Auburn. I can tell you I bet Wisconsin plus 14.5. I did take Auburn earlier, but I wouldn't bet it now. Where you at there?
I can't do it with Wisconsin. You want to go head-to-head at 14?
At 14? No, I just played it.
All right.
That's all this is, man. Again, that's all. When are people going to know? It's just all it is. Taking half points around key numbers.
I know. And then that half, I wouldn't, I wouldn't play USC at the 14.5, but I just think
you're confident in SC, or is it anti-Wisconsin?
It's more. I mean, it's. I don't think Locke can keep up. That now again, I don't. What Michigan did to USC, I don't think Wisconsin is capable of. One, physically, like on the, they don't have the defensive line anywhere close that Michigan has, and also the style of play. I think.
Yeah, good point.
Wisconsin, has ever since the old Wisconsin, if this is 4 years ago and Wisconsin's, has the linebackers they used to and they're playing that old style and, it's like Barry Alvarez.
I would, it'd be best bet material.
Yeah, like literally, like a bet of the season so far. The new Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's
a good point. Very fair. Although I'll say SC took some body blows last week. They had some guys going down.
No, that's fair. That was a physical.
That's going to add up. I mean, they're going to beat Wisconsin, but you start looking, even Rutgers physical, Nebraska, Penn State. I mean, there's some body blows. Even Washington's playing physical this year. Oof. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see how good their strength and conditioning is because obviously it didn't hold up against Michigan.
Yep.
Bert Brownie's in the chat. Western Michigan plus 5.5. What do you think of this one? I like Western Michigan.
I do too. That was I mean, I know that was it got the 7s got taken out real early.
I took one of those out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know it was 6, but I still.
All right, best bet.
Yeah, let's go for it at 5.5. I still like it.
I don't know why the line isn't 3.
Yeah, and I think it would keep coming down as well throughout the week. So I think that's one. It's not going to get any better.
No, I don't think so. Marshall's quarterback got KO'd, although obviously they're playing 3 different guys, but the Earl kid got knocked KO'd out of the Buckeye game. I don't see much difference between these 2 teams. So again, I mean, I just thought it was going to be 3, and when it came much higher than that, I bet Western. So there you go.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what, I kind of like
Marshall did some things, but against the Buckeyes early.
But then, and you don't Earl is out this week for sure?
Not for sure. I just know that he got KO'd. Concussion,
yeah, that's usually out. I tell you what, like, if he's out, I agree with you that usually getting information out of G5, I don't know for sure, but if he's out, I think it's a banger. If he's in, I still would have played the number. If he's out, I think it's a banger because what they were able to do against Ohio State.
Get your moles to look into it. You got more injury moles than I do.
I know. I gotta find, but yeah, I mean, I'm just to be like, take the price now, and then
the dogs are barking in the background.
Yeah, the dogs are. I was gonna like.
Sounds like it's the money. It'd be a good money part of the money line this week.
Yeah. If it's still a nice plus money line by the end of the week, because if he's, I thought he actually played extremely well versus Ohio State, and then but if he's out, that offense, I don't like it without him.
People are better at injuries than me, but it's just why it was. I mean, I was watching. It was on one of my TVs. I saw that they got yanked. And it wasn't because of performance. I mean, I thought he got KO'd. Austin Hansen, I thought someone check me if I'm wrong. If I'm just talking out of my ass, I don't think that's the case. I really thought he got what is this in the chat? BP looks a bit disheveled, like the single mom he just started season. Son screamed at him over the weekend. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. Well, it's just, I mean, it's the hat more than anything, probably. I mean, I was just wearing it like this. I mean, Jesus. I didn't want to show the M too much love. I mean, it wasn't a great week for even betting for me. I mean, Jesus. I mean, NFL, I don't know how what I did there, but it was just stupid what I ended up giving out. But folks, I mean, it ain't my first rodeo. I mean, we got a long season. I mean, disheveled. It's disheveled probably because of the stupid hat that I'm wearing. I was doing it out of respect to my co-host. Colorado, I think they get smashed. Austin Hansen in the chat.
That is my biggest regret of the week was not getting in on that before it touched 2 touchdowns. Actually,
that moved quick, man. I was just like, I didn't know. I got paralysis, but I was like, do I get a 10? I was trying to be greedy. I should just bet it.
Yeah,
you want to bet it now at 13.5?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, I didn't even I just didn't see that it had gotten back to there. Yeah, I'm in at 13.5. I think they get absolutely.
There's 14s available if we want.
There's what?
14s?
No. We are laying it. UCF. We are not a Colorado program.
My bad.
They're his friends, not my friends.
I get the Coach Primes. I was going to get him, but then I knew I was going to lay it. I think they get buried this week. It's a classic. This is week. Oh my God. We talk about this on the show every once in a while. Like UCF versus a terrible defense in the bounce house. This is when you want to play them. Like this is the perfect scenario for a UCF burial. Going to be absolutely insane. Colorado off the miracle win. I think they get rolled.
I think 4 touchdowns. This is like, love it. Glad it's part of the best bet portfolio. No worries, Zach. It's all good. I mean, we make mistakes. Have you seen our best bet record? Come on. Don't get down. It's fine. Central Florida best bet. There we go. Chris, Georgia State -3. Georgia State took some money today. The doctor was on Georgia State. I didn't bet the game.
Man,
the Vandy performance aged well though last week.
Yeah, it did. I'm a little surprised this has gotten all the way to 3. I see a little 3.5, 4. I think there's 1-4 out there.
If that was the first line I saw, I would be betting Georgia Southern +3.5. That's too far.
I agree. That's whew. Yeah,
that's one too.
we're gonna come out firing this. I mean, I can't believe it's gotten past the 3. I was really
fire. Let's go. It's a key number. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I would if I'd have saw this on the openers, I would have. I mean, I would have bet it. I let's not think. Let's just bet.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's one that I did not see getting past the 3 at any point there, and you just got to take it at that point. Yeah, I'm in.
All right, best bet. Another one. Wow, we're firing. We might be disheveled according to the chat, but we're still firing. Deacon Orgy over under 32.5 yards passing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm fascinated to see what the total comes out at this week.
Ooh, that was rough. Again, I was screaming at the TV when they threw that pass on second down.
That was because
I cannot believe they did that at the goal line.
I can't believe it either. And the sickest thing, like, it wasn't even open. Like, they didn't even fool him with the play action.
I guess if they would have fooled him, and it just when I was like, just run this ball into the line. If you either get it or you don't. Eat that. Thoughts on UMass, Miami, Ohio under 47.5, Oklahoma, Auburn under. I went contrarian on both and bet the overs on both on the openers. Not at those numbers though, but look, much lower numbers. Looking at it, I just think Miami, Ohio has played 3 legit, defenses. I think they open it up a little bit finally and get a chance to get their legs stretched out a little bit against UMass, who stinks. I mean, UMass is pretty bad. I mean, they almost lost to Central Connecticut. What's your thoughts on that one? Oklahoma, Auburn. I mean, I get it. They seem like dead nut under teams, but they're both running tempo, and I think Hawkins is an upgrade at quarterback. So
is he getting? Do you think he starts this week? Is he getting officially the starter?
He should start
because their offensive line is, and again, Tennessee may be the best defensive, maybe along with Michigan, best defense. I think they have more depth than Michigan's defensive line. Like, they're running like 8, 9. Reminds me of last year's Michigan, where they're running like 8, 9, 10 guys, and everybody's fresh, and they just dominate the entire game. With that said, I mean, they made Oklahoma's offense look embarrassing. Like, they couldn't run a pass pro.
Jackson Arnold was terrible though too.
And so to me, you got Hawkins, same as Orgy. If you can't pass protect, you got to play the guy that can run around. This is back to like, the X and O Pee Wee 1950s football here of like, if your tackles can't pass protect at all, you just got to play the guy who can move a bit.
And from what I hear, this isn't some like, we just benched it, we overreacted. I heard that he outplayed Arnold during fall camp. Yeah. I heard this before the season even started.
I remember
he outplayed Arnold. So, considerably in fall camp. So, I don't know. I neither one's best bet, but I bet the over on both of those. Michael,
I like that UMass one.
Over?
Yeah.
Best bet?
Yeah, because I think it had dropped. Yeah, seeing 46.5 there.
I would. Let's go over there.
Yeah,
boom,
I like that.
Boom, love it. Yeah, I think my Ohio's gonna. I mean, they're gonna want to score. They've been bottled up. I mean, they played Cincinnati, Northwestern, Notre Dame. Come on. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Their team total, I wouldn't mind playing over this week. Mike on the chat, BG +8.5, future MAC champs. Well, not plus. But plus 8.5 would be best bet of the week.
Big bet of the century.
Yeah. Minus 8.5.
Plus 8.5. I'd be going to the FanDuel and asking the CEO, how much can I get on this?
We didn't talk about that one. Was that one of our head-to-heads? BG was legit again, man, against A&M.
They're God damn it. I
That's
swear.
a good-looking football team.
It's a great-looking football team. The only, and I know they had a bye in between here. My only counter to this would be that you had Penn State, you had Texas A&M. Now you play. I wish they didn't have this. This is as a guy who's way in on Bowling Green, Mac. I kind of, from a personal standpoint, I'd love him just to kind of, treat this as a little off week here. With that said, I lean that way under 10. Did you bet anything here?
I took 10 with Old Dominion.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, I thought the line would come down. That's all this is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not dying to get involved at that. I would need it to come down.
If that was the number I saw in the open, I wouldn't have bet it. So it's a pass.
Yeah.
They are a good-looking football team.
They
though.
do.
Right.
I think, and I'm not just saying this because we bet it. I do think they're the best team in the MAC.
Yeah.
And kind of like, especially since the Northern Illinois, Notre Dame, but seeing some more of the other MAC contenders.
They've looked good in all 3 games.
Yeah. Where everyone else has not.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see a lot of shuffling around as far as the Group of 5 playoff bid. But if BG were to win out, they would be in the mix. Because, those are 2 quality losses, man. They weren't fluky. They played Penn State and A&M, deep into the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Legit. I'm anxious to see what happens there. We'll see if they can get some consistency. This is a big one for I bet the win total over on BG, under for Old Dominion. It's huge for that. T. Lynch, new member. We appreciate you, T. Lynch. Jimmy S. Rutgers minus 2.5 at home. Washington short week flying across the country. Callie has looked Callie McManus has looked halfway decent.
Not great, but
where are you at on this one? The doctor gave out Washington.
And the 3-letter gave out Rutgers.
I took 3.5. I took 3.5.
Okay. This is one. This is a classic. Like, I like Rutgers under 3. I agree with people that took Washington under 3.
That's all.
Again, the doctor gave out what? He gave out 3, and then RAS I think gave out 1.5 or 2, and so yeah, this is one. I think on either side of 3, it's simple.
That's
Rutgers
all it is.
Still is a team that I don't love laying as the favorite in a competitive game, but Kelly McManus has been. 16 for 25, 269 against VT, whose defense has been underwhelming. But he has been better than I thought.
At now, that screams under to me.
It is. What are we looking at here? 46 and a half across the board.
Yeah, if I saw like a 40, we'll revisit it on Friday. See what because it's a Friday night game. Let's see if the public gets involved leading up to it. And it's a game like if it gets out to 3.5, I might try to convince you Washington. Low total. Good game. That's a pretty good Friday night game. These Friday night Fox games are pretty solid. Let's look here. Scuba CW, proud new member, baby. We appreciate
Scuba.
You. Is it possible that there's more than one team in the SEC better than Georgia? I'll hang up and listen. Take the question off the air. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's possible.
I think definitely
there could be as many as 3-4 teams. Honestly, they're all buttoned up.
Yeah,
but Alabama could be one. We'll find out this week. Obviously, Texas could be one. Ole Miss, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee,
that Tennessee defensive line. Now, I will say, Tennessee's got some offensive line problems after that game where they're down to like the 3rd string tackle on one side. So. That we'll see how that. I don't know the extent of how long those injuries are going to be, but that's going to be a problem for them in terms of like the big premium games if they want to win SEC championships, playoff games, and that. But
I don't know if I trust Heupel yet. His UCF tenure left a little bit to be desired, so I'm not there trusting him completely yet. But yeah, that's a good looking team. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is there's like 5 teams within.
I know.
maybe a field goal of a power rating, 3-4 points. I mean, so
this is the best SEC in a long time.
well,
Like
that's what happens when you add teams and other teams rise up. Ole Miss went all in.
It helps when you throw Texas, but I will say, I mean, they really like.
Yeah, it is though. I mean,
is,
Alabama hasn't taken a step
Yeah.
back. Ole Miss, we knew, put an all-in type of season. Tennessee's
Yeah.
got a defense. Oof. Gonna be fun. We'll put it that way. The next couple months. Trevor Troiner in the chat. Louisville. We have an even better number. Also, anything on the Cincy game, I'll be in town and want to throw something together. Let's wait. I think there's a possibility we're gonna get even a better number on Louisville.
I think you're gonna see a touchdown at some point, Trev. Because I know.
Yeah. Here's what concerns me. Number one, the old tout service gave out Louisville last week. That got shoved right back in my face. It happens from time to time. Not like that on a game day. Oof. And then it was clearly, even though I won, clearly the wrong side of that game. Could have lost outright. I don't care that they ended up covering. Yeah, that concerns me. And who knows what you're getting with Notre Dame? What Notre Dame team are we getting this week? No idea.
Then this is the one we went to head on, but like the first quarter and a half of that, they could have been down like 14.
I saw you tweeted it. I shut it off. I got so pissed.
Did you and Zach, spend the week lacing up the refs in that game? Because there was a few calls in that first half that kept it competitive, we'll say. And then Notre Dame, the separation between the teams kind of went out there in the second half, but Miami of Ohio should have been up a couple scores in that game to start.
Boy, they're bad. Well,
Leonard had a few like orgy-esque throws in that first half where he just like turfed them. Like it was like a play action. It's like a 7-yard out, and he's just like,
nobody's there. All you got to do is complete. You and I could complete the pass.
Yeah,
honestly,
like
he just airmailed him.
He's got a little Jekyll and Hyde in him. He had some really. That was a bad first half by him. Bad.
JT Moon, Texas State, somehow a shorter odds today to make the playoffs than preseason. Am I bozo for thinking the Bobcats still have a shot? No.
Short.
I think longer odds. Yeah, I'm thinking he means longer odds. That ASU game was a tough one.
It is because that's what it's reacting to is Arizona State losing to Texas Tech, and so yeah, I think you really needed that game if you're Texas State.
And they were favored, and should have won up 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I think it's awesome. I think Boise's pretty good. So, yeah. If you got
to run the table,
yeah, I'd say that's tough. I think Boise's going to win it, or at least as far as that Group of 5 playoff bid. I just think they're the most complete team, and it's kind of a TV show when it comes down to who to pick which one is it. Boise'd be a great story, wouldn't it? Oh, the first team to win that bowl game over Oklahoma, and then they have a legit Heisman player too in Genty. So you got to think like that too. If it's selecting between 2 different teams, 530 viewers, 180 likes. That's the current. So make sure you're hitting that like button. We appreciate that the audience is still, for the most part, we're down 10% or so. After a couple losing weeks, but we do have a very loyal listener base here, so we do appreciate you guys. Just make sure you're hitting that like button. Trevor again in the chat, Kentucky over 17 at Ole Miss. I'm not there.
Nah, me neither. There was it opened around 20. Thought that might have been a little rich. I'm not fully on board with the Kentucky offense. And I know, I don't think the Georgia script here that they did is playable, and it's on the road. It's an offense that I don't trust, and it's Lane Kiffin. So if he's going to be able to run it up on you, they're going to keep running tempo the whole game. They're going to keep Jackson Darden trying to win him the Heisman. So I just don't think Kentucky can ugly the game up in this style of game like they did versus Georgia. Ole Miss has just been crushing so far. So not the spot I want to fade them.
Yeah. You could have the right side for like 50 minutes. Oh,
know.
Kentucky, and they're like live to win the game, and then boom, bang, couple plays, and you don't even get the cover. I mean,
Previous
I can
years,
see
Ole
that.
Miss of teams that I thought were that I don't think had as good a defense that were a little. This year's Ole Miss so far, could be wrong.
Who they played though?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They look a little bit more buttoned up than usual under Lane. I've been critical of Lane, and I wouldn't consider this a big game per se. Well, the judgment will be that's a beautiful thing about this game. They play it on the field, so we'll see what happens when they go against some elite teams. I don't want UK here.
Some people are asking about the Monday night. Did you do anything tonight? Got 2 Monday night football games tonight. Tyler Simonson was asking about that.
I did not. I saw the feed meme. Your boy, Mr. Muscles, was on the Jags at 5.5 or something. 5. I know some.
He's on the Jags or Buffalo.
He's on the Jags.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That was all I saw. I don't have a play.
You look at the way the week played out.
Ended yesterday, so
the way the week has played out so far, actually the whole entire NFL regular season, I think Jacksonville. That's what I bet tonight was Jacksonville. Not a big bet, but a bet that I made today. Down to 4.5. CLV, baby. Around that key number of 5. I wouldn't be. Would you be shocked if Jacksonville won? I wouldn't be.
No.
Baylor -3 against undefeated BYU. This is from Wes.
No.
I'm not there. That was so. That could be the end of the 10-year type of bad. Now spot wise, yeah, but a number doesn't say that. I can tell you.
No, I don't see it. Like, and again, it's one of the fraudulent box scores is BYU Kansas State.
Oh my God,
38-9. That's one of those. You look and you're like, how did this happen? With that said, I'm not laying 3 with Baylor.
No.
To be honest with you, it got a little bit. I lean BYU at over a field goal. So
if it's 3.5 on the Friday show, we're going best bet BYU because that's what to get involved in that game. That's what I need. JT Moon, Utah +105 to make the playoffs. How do they not again after Saturday's win? It's a good question. Have you bet this yet? Because that was dominant. That when you want to talk about misleading final, that was 22-3 with about 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean that was just an all-time defensive effort from you. Now, here's what my counter to just to play devil's advocate. If this Cam Rising thing is going to drag on, I don't think you can. I think there will be a loss or 2 on the schedule if he's going to keep missing. Like, and again, +105 there. I don't know. Like, I just don't know. And I'm sick of trying to figure it out whether he's going to play week to week, how long term this is. But it's tough to run that formula and not drop a game here or there if you're going to with that type of offense. So they did again, great performance. They did enough. Do I think they can run the table playing that way? No.
T Smooth 86. Hey guys, love the show. Hate the portfolio. Well, you should, considering the last couple of weeks. Speaking of the portfolio, I'm holding a nice shiny Virginia Tech +7.5. Take it from the summer. Thoughts on buying more Virginia Tech at +19.5 or just lick my wounds? I mean, what's your number this week? It just depends. I mean, if you got to treat it differently.
Was a popular one this morning.
Yeah, it was from a lot. So
from a lot of people. So
man, Virginia Tech,
but I think Virginia Tech just sucks. Like I've seen enough.
I need 21.
Yeah, me too. Like I would need to. I agree with you that. I mean, listen, Joey K has some Virginia Tech futures. Was on Virginia Tech win total over. Sometimes you swing and a miss, baby. And through 4, at this point, I've seen you can't give me those 4 performances and say that anything's fluky. Their defense is junk, and Drones is hit or miss, and Miami has it rolling and rolling. So I think the talent gap here is massive. So I'm not. No, I don't want to catch the knife here. I agree with you. 3 touchdowns to get involved.
What, are you a big Limp Bizkit fan? Rolling.
I was in the day. Don't give me we get it.
If you're a certain age, how would you not be?
Yeah, how could you not?
Yeah, it was good stuff back in the day. Don't judge us. You were young. Everyone was young.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It was good. I mean, I'll tell you, cool. Like you want to get red, white, and blue American vibes. He performed at a WrestleMania, and it was the Undertaker was in his he was a biker character. He
Yeah.
rolled out. They're playing that song. There's girls dancing. He rolls out and comes down the ramp on a motorcycle. I want to start chanting USA with that going on. Good stuff. Look for that on YouTube. It's good stuff. All right, Blue Chicken. Noel sticking with DJU. Norville said today, hammer SMU. I don't know that SMU. You want to talk about a crazy box score? That was nuts. I actually lean Florida State.
I saw you lean Florida State there, and I was like,
can you believe that?
That Cal game. I mean, what a disgusting. Their offense is so bad.
It is bad.
It really they really do nothing well. Like it really. And skill position talent either. I'm concerned, and I know you haven't been Mr. SMU, and the SMU offensive line still has problems, which maybe the Florida State front can give them a lot of issues.
You like SMU?
Not at the current, but if I'm going to get involved at Florida State, I think it's in the right range here. I played some SMU lower, like when it first came out. But
how about +9 on SMU? You like that?
Oh, is that a summer BP special?
That's a summer.
Yeah, that's
I'm hoping for an SMU 3, 4, 5-point victory here. Would be really nice. Really, really, really nice. I got about a 2 touchdown and with a low total. I'm hoping that's one I'm hoping the middle. Noel's team total under. Yeah, I hear you on that one. That's trusting a lot on SMU to all of a sudden make them favorite. But I hear you. Big game for them. Hang the Mac banner. In other news, when do I stop fading Wyoming? Well, the market hasn't stopped fading them. I mean, I can't believe they're betting Air Force left and right. I don't trust Air Force. So
I had I talked about this game a lot with the guy last night. This is one under the old Craig Bowl. Like if you were when Air Force came into Wyoming under the old Wyoming and Bowl, it was like they knew how to shut down that option and really gave him trouble. The new Wyoming,
I don't know what they got.
I don't know what they got. Do they have anything? Their defense is getting shredded week after week. They've given up like 250 plus rush yards in a couple games already. So
how does that fall apart like that so quickly?
Seriously,
the guy was on the staff last year, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, they promoted.
It's off a cliff in one off season.
Bull's son is one of the coordinators, I think. So how does it and you would think a program like Wyoming's not high variance up, down. It's not like they brought in a bunch of transfers. I just thought that if it was going to decline, it would be like a steady decline, not like overnight, just 2-10 program. That's what they're going to be. 2-10
for sure. And I will say the one thing Air Force offense their defense has been solid so far through the start. So if there's one unit you trust in this game, I think it's kind of the Air Force D, and maybe I
can't lay more than a field goal on the road though with this.
No.
All right. I'm just seeing I was seeing if you still like the Air Force. I don't at the current number.
No.
Yeah, okay. Just checking.
This is the ultimate. With a total of 36, this is the ultimate. I don't
want to get. No, if we were having a winning season, I would be like, let's give out Wyoming. No, well, I'm not. We can't afford any losers. Spencer, appeal in the chat. Notre Dame to miss the playoffs at -230. I don't mind that. I don't hate it. They got to win out.
They do. They absolutely
and they're not winning out.
Have to win out.
They're not winning out, but I don't have good Notre Dame takes is what I saw. Like right before we went on the show, I saw somebody on Twitter was getting after me. This guy hasn't had a winning Notre Dame take all year. I don't know. Last we bet the under in the A&M game. I forget what else. I mean, everyone only remembers the losers.
I will say at Georgia Tech is going to be tough. Even this week, you're not even though the numbers come up.
At Georgia Tech, all the games are tough when you lose to Northern Illinois.
Yeah, you've got Army and at Navy. I can't see them not tripping up again. And then at 10, the only you made this point just 15 minutes ago.
SC body blows.
The TV show though, if they win that game against USC, 10-2 Notre Dame get in because it's Notre Dame.
I
don't think so either.
No, Northern Illinois. If they'd have lost to Texas A&M, lost to Texas A&M instead, then they can get in.
Yeah,
No.
agree.
Because Northern Illinois is going to lose 4 games or so.
Right, you're right. Yeah, it's almost an unforgivable loss.
Yeah. So they got to win out, and they're not. So, yes, go back to the question.
No,
minus
we're going to
230.
the playoffs.
Oh, my God. Wow. I can't believe you picked that team. Yeah,
Truly.
so no on the playoffs, minus 230, I think is a good bet. I made that bet on the no. But, I got to look here. Brett Sullivan, Nebraska going to hammer Purdue. Love the show. Appreciate you guys. I did bet Nebraska this week. Where are you at on this one? Hold on. What was with the Purdue money last week? They were betting that like they knew the final.
Yeah, I don't know. Because kind of connecting some dots, giving up 66 to Notre Dame's like the word. I mean, their defense, Ryan Walters, defensive guy, and their defense is bad. Really bad. So yeah, I tend to lean that. Even though my boy,
even 10 gave them out of +3. I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know.
I thought there was some scrap. I thought there was Oregon State injuries or something.
It looks like the only 9.5 is with our friends at FanDuel.
Oh, you want to lay it?
Yeah.
Best bet, Nebraska. Go Big Red.
You gotta talk me into Nebraska, baby. I love Raiola's my guy. I don't care if they blew the last game. Yeah, the people are trolling me after the first round. Guy had like 300+ yards, 3 touchdowns. Like, he did miss a throw, but I mean,
he did miss the all-important throw. I gotta tell you, he did look good early in that game. I was like, man, he looks like
19 as a true freshman.
He looked like a pro quarterback.
Yeah,
I didn't. You did not. You have a lot of bad takes. I have a lot of bad picks. That was not a bad take by you, honestly. So
him and Arch are gonna go. Like,
yeah,
it depends when they both. I don't know if Arch is probably gone before, but like those are the 2 best QB prospects in all of college right now at the moment.
Penn State line. This is from Brett, inviting the public hammering of Illinois Penn State bloodbath Saturday night. I could see that where they really take it to.
I could see that too, because
I didn't bet it yet, but I would need. I get greedy. Like, can I get a 16.5 and stuff? It was never. Was it ever there? I don't think it was. Was it?
I think Circa opened 16.
Well, I missed it then. It did. I'll be honest with you. Do you get involved in those? I had so many where I hit bet. Nope, line already moved. Bet, line already moved. Bet, line already moved. I'm like, what is going on? This is within 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah. I think the fact like they opened it up to so many states now.
Yeah.
A lot
it wasn't
more.
like that the first couple of weeks. I still was able to get a majority. Not always, but this one was like, it wasn't fun. There was some 4-letter words flying on Sunday morning. When you want to get bets in, and
I agree with
they'll move it off one bet, 2-3 points, and you're just like, and then you're like, do I want to still take it? Whatever. My goodness. Mark S. Brad, did we have any? No, I wish we would have gave out the over 101.5 on that one.
I know you were all over that one.
Yeah, and I even explained it when the big favorite's down. We just keep going.
And then we don't bet it, and it goes over by 30 points.
I will say, if you're watching the Saturday show, we've done pretty well in the second half stuff. I think we're 3-1 on the second halves. We did have NC State, easy winner, second half. I thought we were dead after they threw the pick 6, but they still kept coming back. I liked what I saw from. There was a lot of good fight from them in the second half. I like that.
I like that play this week. I really like that play this week.
I do too. Question there from Austin Mack about the quarterbacks in the Big Ten. How many quarterbacks in the Big Ten are we taking over Raiola? You asked me this the other week.
So we didn't actually go. I would say
right now. Oh my goodness.
Here, so let's give it. Gabriel and Drew Lar as 2 solids. I'm taking Miller Moss. I like him. Curtis Rourke, where you at on that? He's playing really well.
No, I'm not slam dunk. I think about even.
Oh yeah, that would. And then I guess the one is Will Howard. You were Howard.
I haven't seen enough from him. They haven't played anybody yet. I gotta be honest. Altmaier looks good.
Altmaier does look good, but I'm still taking Raiola. Aiden
Yeah.
Child, no. Like,
Not
listen,
yet.
the Aiden Child's experience is really fun, but like,
Yeah.
he's making like 6 throws a game that you're like, what are you doing? At one point, I
Yeah.
think on Saturday, he was like 9 for 22. He does make the occasional like NFL 50-yard on a rope throw. That's incredible. But no, Raiola's way more consistent than Childs on a down-to-down basis. What did you think? The Sparty money was sharp on Saturday, and that was, man, that fucking John, goddamn, Mel Tucker, son of, just could have kept it in his pants, been terrible for a decade there. And now Michigan State's relevant.
Yeah,
again.
Jonathan Smith. That was
Their defense, they've got, and they don't have like elite talent on that defense anywhere.
no.
And they got it playing well.
That was an underrated game. I would, if you just want to watch decent football.
Yeah.
Even the announcers at the end, they're like, "Hey, this is pretty well coached." Yeah, coaching
That
makes
was
a difference. Both those programs are like, "Ugh, they're going to be problems to deal with in the future." I'm not saying they're going to be conference champs, but that is going to be a tough out.
Yeah.
As long as Bill O'Brien and Jonathan Smith are at the school. So.
Those are good college football coach. Do you think now? Can they keep? I feel like Ohio State's in another stratosphere at the moment than Michigan State. So
Yeah,
just
I
player
bet
wise
that game, but yeah, I hear you. But I haven't seen the Buckeyes enough. I mean, to know, and it's not like they've been dominant from start to finish in every game.
I agree.
Yeah,
They're not
and Marshall first halves weren't good.
No, it wasn't. They're not. A couple of teams are like the Ole Miss, the Tennessees, like those teams are every week burying teams. Ohio State
From start to finish for the most part.
Ohio State's not been doing that. So yeah, I'm probably not laying that number.
No, but this will be the first data point where I know. How good is this team?
Yeah. I'm not betting it, and just in the bones, it feels like this is one of those like Ohio State turns it on here. And Childs,
yeah, and Robert
against defense.
Robert in the chat was just asking about that one. Yeah, I'm in pass. We'll talk more about that on Friday. I don't know. Yeah, I don't expect to be involved there. It's a game that be the first game that I'll really tune into Ohio State and see. Let's just see how good they are. Jameel, I replaced FAU with Baylor in the round robin.
Yeah.
Pain.
That would have, because that 3 out of 4 there would have paid real nice.
Okay. Announcement. No parlay today, so we'll try to have that on Friday. So we're gonna skip that today. We might have 2 on Friday though. Because that's figures. I kind of like my money line. I did. I think I got a winner this week. I like all these. We got plenty of best bets though. We'll recap them in just a few more minutes. Got a few more questions here that we'll get to. Heard Pate State has Rutgers is 26 in the country. Do we agree? Probably not.
I think that'd be a little high for me, but
I got them at 36 right now. But we'll see. That's a big game on Friday night between those two.
Yep.
So, DK, any advice on staying the course when all the bad beats are getting you? Baylor, ECU. Whoa, ECU was tough. KU this week. Continue the process or reevaluate. It's always continue the process.
Yeah.
So
you can't. And I used to be worse at this. That like letting weekly results kind of get to me personally, more emotionally frustrated. Like. As long as for the most part, I know people getting on the right side of numbers earlier in the week. Over the long haul, you'll be fine.
Yeah. It's been a different type of year, both in college and the NFL. So I give it time. Dave 3, thoughts on the market move on Georgia State? I disagree with the move. I was the doctor who gave that out, and we gave out the opposite side earlier in the show. So there's your answer. Numbers matter. It's a game we wouldn't have given out. If it was 2.5, we wouldn't have given out 3.5. I'll take the rivalry game. Let's take what I thought was at least coming in the season, the superior team catching 3.5. Ball State this week against James Madison. I could see it, but the price ain't there yet. So that's one I think we'll revisit on Friday.
Yeah.
Could you be there on that one or no?
No, I'm with you. I would need a bigger number to get involved.
21 is kind of where I'm starting to eye it up. But let's wait. I mean, a lot of negativity. Yeah, we might get there. So we'll look at more at the. We got to look at this weather system too. I'm a little where that's going to be over the weekend. So keep that in mind for totals because I wouldn't mind playing the over. Ryan Hart, one of SP Plus's biggest discrepancies.
I knew I'd do this. So yeah. I know some guys that bet Rice this morning. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to give that on the show unless you put a revolver to my head. But I am just personally, unfortunately, have another Rice position. So
I bet Charlotte. I'm feeling good.
I don't blame you. I do. Rice is. They got some. They're real banged up too, and it's not a team with a ton of talent as is. So, yeah, I don't.
I think Poggi's done after this year at Charlotte.
I was like, that was a. I don't know, man. Like they don't have anything going. Like there's just nothing. Like they don't have anything going on either side of the ball. I agree, and it's like I expected a lot more from Biff coming into this. Like they're bad again. Like this is because this isn't a year zero anymore, right? Like this is in the new era.
Guess start showing something.
They have to, because you're right, as you're saying. Like they don't have anything to hang their hat on in terms of. They could be 0-5. I mean, they almost lost to Gardner-Webb. Like this team, they just I don't know. I agree with you.
It'd be a big game for that. So people don't think like this is a big game for their trajectory for the rest of the season. Because if they don't show here, I mean, you see it with teams. It's just they wave the white flag. It's over. Brett in the chat, Arkansas plus 3.5. I am on that side this week. I don't know if 3.5. Where you at? Did you take part in this Arkansas money today?
No, I'm not involved on that one. And I agree. It's gotten a little.
It's a little light now.
Yeah, a little light now. If I was I wouldn't be late to the party there. Catching the train with them.
Box score. I know they won outright. I know that was a big time sharp play last week, but box score was not great for Arkansas last week. So that'd be the concern there.
They're
go ahead.
Kind of a Jekyll and Hyde. They've had some.
Yeah, I agree. They're tough to trust. And I don't know yet with A&M. So
so where are you at in terms of, because Wiegman now apparently is back. I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know.
I don't know. They put him as number 1 on the depth chart. That was the news break today. So we'll see. I don't know if he's going to start or not, but they seem to look better without him.
Yeah, and BG just might be that good. So, I mean, I didn't want to overreact to that performance last week. I don't know. It'll be a game that we'll learn a lot. I need it for the win total. For A&M over, Arkansas under. I can tell you that. So, I need a A&M win by 3 or 4 would be great for the portfolio on so many bets. Trevor, Bowling Green under 10. Nah, I'm not there. I don't think it's a great spot for him this week. ODU off the bye. We'll see. If they hammer ODU, though, this is going to be the Bowling Green show for the rest of the year. So that's a game where we'll see what they got. They got up for the two big games against the other opponents. Let's see if they can take care of business at home. Mickey Hill-Aranda might have lost his job. I agree, especially if he loses this week. I think they're done. He's done. Yeah. So just unacceptable on so many levels. Shane in the chat, just a few more. Wazoo, Boise State, Illinois, Penn State, Oklahoma State, Kansas State. I got confused there. Sorry. I lean Boise. I think we both lean Penn State. Numbers ain't great there. I'm not a part of the Kansas State money, but I understand it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a shockingly bad performance. This Gundy, God damn it! Like sometimes their offensive performance against Utah. I mean, that was the Alan Bowman I thought they were getting when he transferred to Michigan, and he was bad. He gets pulled. I don't like their backup either. They were a team when I was watching them week 1 versus South Dakota State, and I was like, well, they look like it. And since then, that the couple of performances where you're like, what is happening here? So yeah, I get the Kansas. I wasn't a part of it, but I get the Kansas State money.
I agree. I did bet Boise.
Yeah.
Wouldn't bet it now though. Again, under a key number. Like, I mean, this would be great if I just, boom, boom, boom. Let me take the hit the books account and just when FanDuel opens up their numbers, you want me to fire in like 20 bets a week on Sunday morning? I'd be like, boom, boom, boom. Let's get our units up. I swear I want to do that one of these days. Oh my goodness. If I didn't have integrity, which some people probably, you're a tout. How can you have any integrity? You suck. But I would love to do that one morning. I can tell you that. Got any closing thoughts? We'll wrap it up with that. We got to recap best bets. So we gave out a ton. You got any other games you were looking at?
I see a couple Guy was looking at New Mexico. Franchise loved New Mexico in this game.
I do too.
Is there what do we got at FanDuel, Zach? New Mexico State. Oh, that got really that went far.
Doctor gave it out this morning. I bet it yesterday. I think New Mexico hammers them. But
me too.
But Price, it's a rivalry game, and Tony Sanchez can be up and down, so be careful.
The other one, UAB. Another Joey K swinging a miss on Memphis. Navy. God, you think Memphis finally gets the defense right, and they could not stop them for a second. Where you at on
crazy.
UAB Navy?
Oh, UAB plus 3.5. Where are you at on this one? You on Navy?
And so early. But I would not
3.5.
I wouldn't.
I'm telling you, if that was the opener, I'd be betting UAB.
You're trusting the Fighting Dilferts on this one?
I mean, I don't trust them, but when you make 50 bets in like 10 minutes, I'm just telling you, I would hit. That would be a bet. But boy, Navy's better than I expected. That
Me too. Yeah, they are better.
The new offensive coordinator's a really good hire. Probably saved Newberry's job because they were. I went to the Army Navy game last year. And when I go to games, I focus on different stuff you don't see on TV. Their operation on the sidelines was just like they were befuddled, like the running players in and out. They were just totally confused. I couldn't believe that at that point in the season. So, boy, he hired the Mercer head coach. This is in the weeds, but really good hire. The offense looks great so far.
Yeah, totally. Now I have to give credit where credit is due. They do look completely revitalized on offense.
Let's recap the best bets. You wanted to lay 3.5? Or
no.
Oh,
I saw some chat was asking about it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'll go head to head on that at least. So best bets. I gotta look here. I forgot. Zach can't pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick.
Do you want me to read them? I got them here.
You got them? All right.
Yeah, well, I can't pull them up.
Oh, you can't?
I can't pull them up on screen, but I tracked everything.
Okay. You repeat them.
Run them down for us, Zach.
Yeah.
We got UCF minus 13.5.
Winner.
Love it.
Western Michigan plus 5.5.
Yeah.
A winner outright.
Georgia Southern plus 3.5.
Yeah. Key number.
UMass Miami Ohio over 46.5.
Yep. That's contrarian.
42-30 final.
Nebraska minus 9.5.
40-point burial.
And NC State minus 6.5. We tracked that one.
That is
10 to 14-point win there.
And Michigan minus 8.5. Those are all.
Yeah, they won by 10. Right where the line was, where the line should be. So, man, I hate that portfolio.
Hate it.
Yeah, I hate it. That's a good start to the week. I'm pretty excited. You'll get a go blue from me. You'll get a go blue from me because you know me. I love that style of play. They just smashed. I love that style of play. I was rooting for your boys at the end. Just smash this team at the end, and they did. So I was happy. You got any closing thoughts? Is that it?
No, that was good. Good way to start. Let's get it. I like the portfolio. And I hate. You know what? I'm not even gonna say hate the portfolio. I like the week one start. Get it back on track this week, baby. And the good show. Chat was live and locked and loaded, ready for the week.
Chat's always live, and I apologize to anybody at the questions. There's a lot of questions, probably 40 or 50 that we didn't get to. Again, we do 2 other shows every week, so if you didn't get in today, Check us out on Friday, 5 o'clock. And also Saturday, we'll do the halftime of one of the big noon games. So check that out. That's what the schedule has in store. And for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, for producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips, for all the questions, comments, concerns, all you guys, the stars of the show in the chat, you just watch Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel.